Joining us. At the top of your news tonight, ALS certified firefighter Lieutenant Gilbert Almario, the Guam Fire Department, testified today in the Mark Torrey Jr. murder trial, saying that a bear hug is not the proper technique used to stop the bleeding from a gunshot wound, a technique the defense argues Torrey used in order to help Sergeant Albert Piolo. PNC's Donna De Jesus has more.
Day 5 of the murder trial of Mark Torrey Jr. included testimonies from a handful of first responders to the crime scene. An issue that was raised was the bear hugging that the defense alleges was Mark Torrey Jr.'s attempt to stop the bleeding from the gunshot wound Albert Piolo sustained under his right armpit. Guam Fire Department Lieutenant Gilbert Almario, who is certified in Advanced Life Support, or ALS, was asked about the proper procedure for treating puncture wounds.
What is the proper way to apply direct pressure?
By placing your hand over the wound and putting pressure.
Is bear hugging a proper technique for applying pressure, let's say, to a puncture wound that's bleeding on the chest?
No, sir. I'm not trained to do that.
How would you apply direct pressure on a firefighter to a bullet wound that's on the nipple line of an individual under the armpit?
From my
professional opinion. Professional opinion, sir. How are you supposed to apply pressure?
I would glove up protect myself from BSI, body substance isolation, and then apply pressure with my hand until such time.
Something like this,
yes,
or
just put pressure.
If you can show us how you would put it on, say, somebody who's walking around or moving, how would you try to apply pressure?
On somebody who's walking around?
Who's trying to move around or walk around?
Well, we'll just have him stop and then apply pressure with his chest.
And if a person like Mr. Piolo in that instance is suffering from a gunshot wound in the area that I indicated to you, and Mr. Torrey is holding him up in such a position, there would be a large concentration of blood because of the pressure applied by his chest to the wound area, correct?
Not necessarily, because the pressure is being applied, so the bleeding is being stopped.
A number of witnesses who responded to the crime scene stated their documentation methods. Crime scene photos and diagrams of the scene and Piolo's truck were presented. The Crime Investigation Division officer in charge of the crime scene that morning was Ronel Rivera, who was friends with both Piolo and Torrey and became emotional when recalling that day. Rivera says he noted all the evidentiary items that could possibly be related to the case and spent some time examining the interior of Piolo's truck.
This right here is a folded sun visor, or sunshade sun visor. That expanded shell casing was wedged right in between, right there.
Okay. What else in that initial check did you notice, if anything?
Just pretty much just the blood. There's a huge concentration of blood. Just pretty much the whole blood splatter in that whole area. I noticed there was one unexpended round on the passenger seat, and then I noticed that the front passenger seat was slightly reclined, and then that to me was of evidence.
Why was that of evidence or value?
Because a shooting incident just occurred, and there's an unexpended, meaning it wasn't shot, it wasn't fired on the front seat.
At this time, only documentation and procedures were presented to the court. No concrete test results will be reported until possibly when trial resumes on Tuesday, when FBI agents are set to testify. Reporting for PNC, I'm Donna De Jesus.